Well, they call it the most wonderful time of the year, but sometimes it gets so stressful. And to help us get through that and stay healthy and active, we've got co-director of Activate Allen County, Josh Unterbrink, in with us with some tips. So thanks for joining us, Josh.
Thanks for having me today, Holly.
Yeah, you know, sometimes this time of year can be difficult for some of us, but you're saying you've got some tips to stay active and keep yourself healthy and, you know, kind of de-stress, huh?
Yeah, I think it's very important that we keep our health, our stress levels down, and make a priority for us to be as healthy as we can between now and the end of the year. It's a real stressful time for so many people, like you said, but with a little bit of foresight and effort, we can really keep our health at the forefront and make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And I think the number one tip that I can start with is to encourage people to schedule time for themselves and to take a break when we need one. We all need time alone. We need time to do what we enjoy and to get away from the things that might cause us stress and anxiety in our lives during this holiday season. So take some time for, be it reading, playing some video games, dancing, whatever you need to recharge. Take that time, schedule it, and stick to that schedule.
All right, so also like kind of keep moving and be active as far as like, you know, as exercise and things like that?
Oh, absolutely, Holly. We need at least 30 days of moderate to vigorous physical activity per day. And so we encourage people to also schedule that time for physical activity, be it a daily walk, a trip, you know, to the gym, whatever fits your schedule and your joy levels. Make sure you're finding something that is fun to get you moving, to get active, because it's so easy to forget to be active, to take that time for ourselves during this busy, hectic time of the year. So make sure that you're being active, getting some movement, and taking care of your physical health that way.
You know, this time of year, you're trying to buy gifts. It's a little bit stressful. And you say keep in mind your budget, so to keep that stress level down.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really get a lot of stress rising from buying gifts, making sure that everybody's getting everything they ask for. And I read an interesting statistic just last week that 25% of Americans still have debt from last holiday season. And that just continues to build throughout the year. So set a budget for your holiday spending and stick to it. Include things like holiday meals, travel expenses, to make sure that that is one thing that you're not stressing out over and really wrecking a great time during these wonderful holiday season.
And this tip that you have too, I think is good all year round. Just say no sometimes. That's really hard to do.
I think it's actually the hardest one, Holly. So, you know, we get invited to so many great holiday parties, events, activities. There's so many things happening in our community. We can't do it all. We might feel like we need to do it all just because, you know, a friend might invite us out to do something. If it's too much, say no. It's important to say no to avoid burnout and really for you to be able to recharge like we talked about earlier and taking those breaks when needed. So learn to say no. It's going to do so much to help you de-stress and stay a little bit more healthy this holiday season.
And you know, this is the time of year too where you have such great expectations. You're going to be with family and friends and you've got in your head, this is how it's going to go. And sometimes that doesn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think tapering expectations are something that we can do year round. Whenever we expect something to happen, chances are it's not going to end up happening the way that we envisioned. So taper those expectations, scale them back a little bit, and we'll feel less disappointed.
And sometimes family time, that can be stressful too. You want to be with your family, but sometimes like conversations and things, they get, you know, out of control and stressful.
Well, as we all know, you know, sometimes politics, religion, those topics we're not supposed to talk about always come up around holiday time with family. So, you know, sometimes just avoid those hot button issues. Stick to the things that we can all agree about because, you know, honestly, this is about a time of coming together, fellowship, and looking at the good of all other humans.
And also this time of year, we've got so many good food and, you know, all kinds of things like that. And you talked about exercise, but also when you're drinking, don't forget about water, right?
Yeah, I think hydration is something that we often forget about. We're drinking more coffee, hot ciders. We're on the move now. So we need to make sure we're getting plenty of water. And, while we're drinking that water and we're staying well hydrated, we need to come up with a sleep schedule, because my last tip is to get quality sleep. If we aren't sleeping enough, that starts creating just mass havoc on our physical health, our mental health, and it's really hard to stay on track to be our best selves if we're not getting enough sleep, we're not eating well, and we're not getting enough water. So if we can schedule time to be physically active, stay within your budget, say no to too many tasks and activities, and we can take care of our sleep and get enough water, I think we're going to have a much more stress-free and healthy holiday season in 2023 into 2024.
It sounds like a great plan. Thanks very much, Josh, for joining us and sharing that with us.
Hey, thanks so much, Holly. Have a great day.
You too. All right, don't go away. Need Edition continues in a moment.